Nobody saw this coming, not even Rasheeda. One minute she was heading to Kirk's dressing room just to grab his phone, and the next, her entire world shattered. What she witnessed that night has now become the most talked about leak in love and hip-hop history. Kirk Frost tangled up with Kendra Robinson, his own boy Young Jock's fiancée. And if that wasn't messy enough, guess who accidentally leaked the video? Lil Scrappy. Yes, Scrappy, who now claims he was just trying to airdrop it to himself. Chilly. This ain't no accident. The betrayal, the footage, the scream, it's all on camera. Fans are shook, the cast is divided, and Rasheeda, she's not just crying, she's done. Done with Kirk, done with the lies, and done with covering up for everybody else's dirt. Buckle up, because this story is about to explode. It was supposed to be a regular night. Rasheeda had just finished filming a confessional for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and Kirk was nowhere to be found on set. Annoyed, she grabbed her phone and decided to walk back to the trailers to check on him. The producers had told everyone filming was done for the day. But something didn't sit right in her gut. She never imagined what she'd see next as she reached Kirk's trailer. She noticed the door was slightly cracked open. She hesitated. Voices were inside, muffled laughter, and then silence. Rasheeda's heart started racing. She pushed the door open quietly, and there it was. Kirk, shirt off, lips pressed against someone else's neck. But not just anyone, it was Kendra Robinson. Kendra, Young Jock's fiancée, her castmate, her friend, the woman who had cried on her shoulder just 2 episodes ago, swearing she was done with all the lies in her own relationship. Rasheeda didn't scream. She didn't move. Kirk turned his head first. His eyes widened like he saw a ghost. Kendra whipped around, panic flooding her face. Rasheeda, Kirk choked, voice trembling. Baby, I can explain, but Rasheeda was already gone. Her heels clicked hard down the metal trailer stairs, hands shaking, eyes burning. She didn't want to cry in front of cameras. Not again. Not for this man. But chilly, the cameras were already rolling. Across the lot, Lil Scrappy stood behind a black SUV with his phone out. He had been filming Kirk and Kendra from the start. Why? Because earlier that day he had overheard something in the hair and makeup trailer. Apparently, Kirk had been bragging that Kendra always slides through when Jock ain't around. Scrappy didn't believe it till he saw it with his own eyes. He recorded the full thing, the kisses, the whispers, taking off his mic, Kendra unzipping her jacket. And when Rasheeda walked in, the moment she gasped, Scrappy captured that he didn't plan to send it out, at least. That's what he told everyone later. But somehow, the video was airdropped, not just to one person, but to 4 different crew members. And within minutes, the footage was in the Love and Hip Hop group chat. Production got it. Mimi Faust reposted it on her private story, and chilly. You already know what happened next? It leaked within 2 hours. Shade Room posted a blurry freeze frame of the moment Kendra looked up at Rasheeda mid-kiss. Fans thought it was fake. No way Kendra would do that to Jock, they tweeted. Rasheeda better not take Kirk back again. Deep down, Rasheeda wasn't thinking about Twitter. She was thinking about every single time she stood up for Kirk, every I believe he's changed, every we're working on us, every marriage isn't easy. She had defended him even when she knew he was wrong, all because she thought this time would be different. But now he was messing with someone younger, engaged, and in their circle, it wasn't just betrayal. It was disrespect on a whole new level. And worst of all, Young Jock didn't even know yet. Back in the trailer, Kirk and Kendra scrambled to get dressed. Both knew the cameras caught something, but they didn't know Scrappy had the full angle. Kirk tried calling Rasheeda, but she had turned off her phone. She was with Mimi, pacing the parking lot, crying without saying a word. Producers tried to calm her down. They wanted a confessional. They wanted that raw emotion. But Rasheeda wasn't having it. Double quotes, nah. I'm not finna be the crying wife again, she whispered, wiping her face. Not this time. But the night wasn't over. Scrappy was about to make it 10x worse. Young Jock had just finished filming a solo green screen interview when his phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Texts, DMs, missed calls. At first, he ignored it, thinking it was just love and hip-hop mess, as usual. But then he opened Instagram. There. It was the blurry freeze frame Kendra, Kirk, locked in that moment. And Rasheeda, standing in the doorway like her soul just left her. Body.joc stared at the screen, blinking, breathing heavy. He didn't want to believe it. Not Kendra, not his fiancée, not Kirk. He called Kendra. She didn't pick up. He called Scrappy. Scrappy picked up on the first ring, voice shaking. Bro, you seen it already? Kirk was silent. You knew about this. Scrappy hesitated. Look, bro, ain't mean for it to leak. You recorded it? I ain't want to believe what I heard, so I just ... I just caught it on camera to confirm for myself. Jock went cold. You recorded my girl with Kirk, and you didn't tell me? Scrappy tried to explain, fumbling through his words. Bro, I swear I ain't know it would spread like that. Ain't even send it to nobody. It just, bro, I'm sorry. Jock hung up the phone. He was done talking. What came next was something no one on set expected. Production shut down. Why? Because young Jock stormed into the producer tent, mic still on, cameras rolling behind him, and punched a hole through the set wall. He was yelling, pacing, throwing chairs. One of the assistants tried to calm him down, and Jock barked, "Get me, Kirk. Get me my fiancé. Get everybody in one damn room right now." But Kendra was gone. She had left right after the trailer moment. Her phone was off. She wasn't even in her hotel. And Kirk? He was trying to play damage control, texting Rasheeda, begging producers to edit out what they can. Edit what? The whole crew had seen it. Most of Atlanta had seen it. And now Jock knew the truth, not from Kendra, not from Kirk, but from a leaked video and a bunch of fans tagging him in comments. RASHEEDA and Jock found themselves sitting in the same dressing room. Neither of them spoke for a long time. Both were hurting, betrayed, humiliated. Finally, Rasheeda broke the silence. I told myself this would be the last time. I really believed him this time. Jock nodded, eyes wet. And I thought we were planning a wedding. Scrappy walked in minutes later, face full of guilt. I ain't mean to hurt y'all. Wallahi, I ain't. I was trying to confirm it because the rumor was too wild to believe. I didn't know it would get sent out. Rasheeda glared. Are you? Airdropped it to the whole crew. Scrappy looked stunned. Nah, I only tried to send it to my laptop. Then why did my glam team have it on their phones before lunch? She snapped. Scrappy went quiet. The room filled with silence. But that silence was louder than any argument. Outside, producers were freaking out. The reunion shoot was supposed to start in 3 days. The cast was supposed to be prepping looks, rehearsing lines, and doing postseason confessionals. But with this chaos, half the cast wasn't speaking to each other. Legal was involved. Kirk was threatening to sue over unauthorized surveillance, while Jock's lawyer was preparing to pull him from the reunion completely. And fans, they were eating it up. Twitter was going crazy. Kirk and Kendra. LHHATL is better than Netflix. Rasheeda needs to leave him and take the whole. Brand young Jock better not go back to her. He deserves better, but the comment that hit hardest. This ain't even reality TV no more. This is real-life pain. The network tried to salvage what they could. They offered Rasheeda a solo sit-down. She declined. They offered Jock an exclusive to Lal. He cursed out the producer. Scrappy was told to stay off social media, but of course he didn't listen. He posted a meme. Of all things, a goofy lil meme of someone hiding behind a bush with the caption, "Me," after airdropping Kirk's messy business. Fans laughed. But inside, Scrappy knew he'd just burned every bridge he had left. After 24 hours of silence, vanishing, and unanswered calls, Kendra Robinson finally showed up. She wasn't crying. She wasn't apologizing. She walked into the studio with sunglasses on, head high, and her lawyer right behind her. The energy in the room shifted immediately. Even the crew who had seen every kind of meltdown over the years stopped in their tracks. This wasn't the same Kendra they knew. This was someone colder. Calculated. Rasheeda and Jock were both in the green room when Kendra walked in. There was a beat of pure tension. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. Finally, Kendra sat down across from them and calmly said, "Y'all ready to hear the truth?" Laughed bitterly. "Truth? Now you care about truth. This ain't what it looks like," she said, removing her shades. Rashees snapped. "You were in Kirk's lap, girl. It's exactly what it looked like." Kendra exhaled. "I was filming a scene for Kirk's podcast rollout." Both Jock and Rasheeda froze. "What?" "It was supposed to be fake intimacy," she continued. "Kirk wanted a viral moment for his Love Loyalty Legacy podcast and told me we'd fake a scandal. We even signed NDA papers. Scrappy wasn't supposed to be there, and it was never supposed to leak." Jock stood up, furious. "So now you trying to say this was scripted?" "Yes," she said without blinking. "And Kirk signed off on all of it. Check the emails. It was supposed to air next month, but Scrappy blew it up before it was ready." Rasheeda looked disgusted. "You telling me my husband staged cheating with you for a podcast rollout?" Kendra nodded slowly, but it wasn't adding up. The emotion in that trailer, the way Kirk touched her, it felt real. And Rasheeda had seen Kirk's fake affection before, but this wasn't that, so she did something bold. She called Kirk and put him on speaker. "You better not lie," she said. "We all hear," Kirk answered, already sounding stressed. "Look, babe, I was gonna tell you." "Tell me what?" Rasheeda snapped. "That you used Kendra to fake cheat on me just to promote your little podcast?" "Pause." Kirk stuttered. "I mean, it was supposed to be fake at first. It was trying to make it look juicy at first." "What does that mean, Kirk?" Another pause. "It got a little out of hand. We might have kissed for real. One time, maybe two. Maybe two." Room erupted. Young Jock threw his water bottle at the wall. Rasheeda jumped up and walked out. Kendra looked like she was about to say something else. She just sat there, quiet, expressionless. Scrappy, who was listening from the hallway, started pacing. He was the one who exposed all of it. But now the guilt was creeping in. Wait, if he really did mess up a fake storyline? What if Kirk was being honest about the whole viral marketing plan? But it didn't matter because now the entire internet believed it was real. #team RASHEEDA was trending. Memes of Kirk looking dumbfounded went viral. And Kendra, she was getting dragged left and right. Sis betrayed Jock for Kirk Frost of all. People ain't no lawyer moves in silence with a cheater. Kendra out here playing games with everybody's man. Producers were now scrambling to shift the show's finale edit. They had footage from Kirk's mic that was never supposed to air, a clip where he said Rasheeda won't even be mad. She know the game. This just for content. She'll get over it. But after hearing that, Rasheeda wasn't just mad. She was done. She sent a message to production that shook everyone. "Pull me from the finale. I won't be at the reunion. I'm done protecting Kirk." Fans started speculating that Rasheeda was about to file for divorce for real this time. But what they didn't know was, think the real final twist was still coming within 48 hours. Kirk Frost knew he had lost control of the story. The podcast stunt had backfired. Rasheeda had ghosted him. Fans were flaming his Instagram. Kendra had exposed him on camera. And worst of all, the producers were planning to air the full, unedited mic footage, the same clip where Kirk admitted laughing, "Rasheeda always forgives me. She'd cry for a week and then post our anniversary photo like nothing happened." That one sentence was about to destroy 10 years of image control. In a panic move, Kirk took to Instagram Live. Shirt tight, that low, trying to look humble. "I just want to apologize to my wife," he said slowly. "This all got out of hand. It was meant to boost views, to help the show, to help my brand. But feelings got involved. Things were said. I didn't expect it to blow up like this. But Johnny, fans weren't buying it. The comments were pure fire. 'Boy, shut up. Rasheeda deserves better. You used her for content again. This is emotional abuse. Live or not, we done with you.' But the live wasn't even the real drama. The real drama hit when Scrappy leaked the full raw trailer footage on a burner account that fans traced back to him in minutes. The videos started out like a promo. Kirk and Kendra on a fake set, acting like they're in love. Playful, flirty, over the top. The whole vibe screamed scripted scandal. But halfway through the video, the energy changed. You could see Kirk turn his mic off. You could hear Kendra whisper, "This ain't part of the shoot, Kirk." And then Kirk replied, "I know, but don't it feel better this way?" That's when it happened. The kiss, not for the camera, not for the podcast. Real kiss, passionate, slow, lingering, and right in that moment. As if karma timed it perfectly, Rasheeda walked in. The gasp, the camera shake, the dead silence. The whole thing was captured in perfect 4K. And now the whole world had seen it. Fans went insane. Even TMZ picked it up. The headline read, "Rasheeda catches Kirk and Kendra. Raw footage proves it wasn't scripted." But the most insane part? Young Jock finally snapped. He showed up on set the next day. No glam, no security, just pure rage in his face. Cameras weren't even supposed to be rolling, but production knew better. They started filming immediately. JOC walked straight into Kirk's trailer and flipped the table. "You were supposed to be my brother," he screamed. "You sat across from me at dinner with my fiancé. You held my kid." Kirk tried to speak, but Jock grabbed him by the collar. "Say it was real. Look me in my face and tell me this wasn't no fake-ass podcast stunt. Say it, Kirk." Kirk stayed silent. Security pulled Jock off, but the damage was done. Tears streamed down his face. Kendra, standing in the corner, didn't even move. She looked hollow, like the guilt had finally settled into her bones. And Rasheeda. She stood outside the trailer, watching it all. For the first time. She wasn't crying. She was calm, cold, collected. She looked directly into the lens of the producer's camera and said, "This is what happens when you love a man who only loves himself." Then she walked away. No reunion, no last words, no final confessional. She was gone. 3 days later, Rasheeda posted a video. No glam, no background music, no filters, just her. Sitting in her kitchen, her voice was steady, but her eyes drained. "For years," she began, "I told myself marriage meant fighting through the pain. I believed if I stood by Kirk long enough, he'd finally value me. But this was the line." She took a deep breath. "What you saw in that trailer footage wasn't acting. It wasn't content. It was betrayal. And this time, I'm not putting on a strong face. I'm choosing myself." With that, she slid off her wedding ring and placed it on the table. "I'm done." The internet froze. Comments exploded. "This is what healing looks like. Go, Queen." We've been waiting for this moment since season 6. Kirk fumbled the realest one. SM each. Within hours, Rasheeda's post hit 10 million views. Fans praised her strength. Celebs showed support. Even Trina, who rarely comments on love and hip-hop drama, reposted it saying, "Finally, she woke up. Proud of you, sis." But as Rasheeda walked away from the madness, more chaos was bubbling in the background. Kendra had gone completely silent. No posts, no live appearances, no statements. Until a clip from a hospital hallway leaked, blurry, grainy, but the voice was clear. Kendra Robinson, 8 weeks along, first prenatal check confirmed. The internet exploded again. Is she pregnant? And if yes, who's the father? Speculation flooded timelines. Some said it had to be Jock, she was still living with him around that time. Others were convinced it was Kirk. The dates matched. The leaked footage timeline, the energy, the intimacy. And suddenly, what was once a messy scandal turned into a full-on paternity war. Producers tried reaching Kendra for a confirmation. She denied all interviews. But fans noticed something even more shocking. She had unfollowed both Jock and Kirk.joc. Meanwhile, had reached his breaking point. He posted a single tweet. "I've been made to look like a clown on TV for years. But this time, y'all won't play me again." Then came the bombshell. Young Jock officially left the show. He released a 2-minute video, standing outside the set gates. "I gave them a decade of my life. Aired all my dirty laundry. Cried, laughed, got clowned. But now I gotta protect my peace. Ain't no storyline worth my dignity." He paused, looked at the camera. "Rasheeda, if you ever need someone to talk to, not as a man, not as a storyline, it's just as someone who's been through hell too, I'm here." The fans melted some. Started shipping Jock and Rasheeda low-key wild. But hey, this is love and hip-hop. Others just wanted the pain to stop. And Kirk. He was spotted alone outside a strip mall in Atlanta. No wedding ring, no cameras. Just a man who had finally run out of second chances. Rumor is he tried to pitch a solo spin-off called Frost Redemption. The network declined. Kendra stayed. Silent. Scrappy went ghost. But Rasheeda, she was finally free. Just when fans thought the dust had finally settled. A new video started surfacing. Now the spotlight was swinging right back at him. People pulled up old scenes of him and Kendra playfully flirting in season 11. One episode even showed them sharing an Uber home after the rap party. And then, to make things worse, Bambi Scrappies. Ex-wife commented under the viral clip, "Ain't surprised. Once a cheater. It's always everybody's man." The internet declared war. Theories flooded Reddit and X. Scrappy and Kendra Loki had a fling after her fight with Jock. What if the baby really is Scrappy's and Kirk got played too? Rasheeda must be thanking God she left before the real mess hit. But there was one voice missing. Kendra, she hadn't said a word. Until now, she posted a black screen with a long caption, "My silence isn't guilt, it's protection. I don't owe explanations to people who manipulated my truth for ratings. I know who the father is, okay? And when I'm ready, I'll tell him directly, not the internet, okay?" And with that, she logged off. But chilly, the damage was done. Kirk lost brand sponsors. Jock turned down 3 podcast interviews. Scrappy deleted his Twitter. Bambi threatened to sue Zeus for using her name in the storyline. And Rasheeda. She booked a new reality series on Hulu called Starting Over, The Rasheeda Way. New home. New story. No Kirk. But just when you thought it was all over. Young Jock dropped a teaser trailer. It was just 15 seconds long. Black background, a heartbeat sound. Then his voice. "I found out who the father is, and it ain't who you think." Fade to black. Season 14 coming soon. This ain't over, not even close. Who's the real father? Will Rasheeda return? Is Scrappy hiding more? You won't believe what's coming next. Hit that like button, subscribe for the next messy twist, and drop your wildest theory in the comments. Trust me, the drama's just getting started.